Hey guys, this is Dave Moto Geffon from Team 3D, and today you're going to be watching my point of view from our match with Lunatic High on DE Nuke from ESWC 2006. A couple reasons why I picked this demo were because I think it's a great example of really what wins matches a lot of times, and that's outplaying your opponent. I think anyone who watched the pregame or had watched Lunatic High previously in the tournament didn't expect us to win. It was obvious that every member of that team had an amazing amount of skill, but ultimately we outthought our opponents, made better calls as to what to do on Terrorist, and we won our 1 vs 2, 1 vs 3 situation. So let's go ahead, get this started, and let me give you a better explanation as to why we did what we did and why I was doing what I was doing. So right now we're starting the pistol round, and I remember we actually had a laugh about this because the strat I called was exactly a strat we used against SK in Winter 2002, and I think it just goes to show really old stuff can work. And the strat was for Ron to rush ramp and fake it with 2 flashes while the rest of us just walked out of the hut. And here I am, I'm walking out of the hut right now, just clearing up top, and then I'm going to push outside to put pressure on any CTs that are playing defensively outside. Right now I'm just kind of holding the outside, looking towards under the ladder, shifting between that and the noisy door room, just trying to watch 2 things at once but not really overextend into the site. I don't know what he was doing there. He just kind of comes out with his nade out. And I managed to get the last kill of that round by killing Loki. Basically what I was trying to do there, and this is something that most people should try and focus on, is you want to put yourself in a defensive situation where if need be you can run if you're going to get chased, which is kind of what I was doing, hanging outside there at the corner, but at the same time be close enough where if he goes for that defuse you can be in there ready to shoot him if necessary. So it's an eco round, and my job here on the eco round is to keep an eye on the hut, to watch for pushes, and right now I'm just trying to hold an angle in which I have the advantage, because if I know they're on an eco round and they're going to have USPs, then I don't want to have a really exposed area. I want to be able to fight them using the walls. I'm kind of looking back and forth between the window because I just don't want to have someone hop in. So a few seconds has gone by, and now we just took the ramp. And we're downstairs, and I'm covering the guy planting the bomb. Kind of watching between the 2 vents because I really don't know which way he's going to come down, and it's just probably better to keep an eye on both and then just watch one if nobody else is watching them. What you want to do when you're fighting a USP is just really watch the corners, because if he cuts across here like I'm standing with my nade out, he's not going to really get to shoot me, and it gives me an advantage because I can shoot back through the wall. So what you saw right there was I naded into the hut because I was waiting for any people to be dropping and coming into the hut, and it was just kind of like a pre-nade just to wait and see. Right now we're getting ready to delay out into upper, and I'm just going to use the noisy door. I'm going to open it with my body, throw my flash out towards the bomb box, and then immediately get on the flank to make sure we're not getting pushed on and flanked, which we in fact are. Right now I'm just trying to put down some cover fire, just trying to keep them from pushing up on me, but while still making position to back up. So even still doing that, I still managed to get dinked and get killed again through the walls. So even when you do all the right things in CS, sometimes it's not going to always go your way. Watching Method's point of view, he does a great job backing up, doing exactly what I was talking about, getting in a position where he can get away if necessary, but still be able to get to the bomb. So this is the first gun round, and this is actually an interesting call, because I remember watching Lunatic play in my VR in the earlier group stage, and they played really aggressive at ramp. So what I wanted to do was really set the tone for the rest of the match, which was we're going to control the ramp, we're going to control the front of the box, and you're not going to push on us. So the strat here was a nade ramp strat, where we rush ramp and nade it and then take it, and my job was to hold in the middle, hold the hut, wait for a flank, a push, and then ultimately as they start working their way downstairs, I kind of creep my way into upper, take the vents, and flank them from behind. So right now I'm just kind of waiting to see if anyone's going to be pushing hut. I'm communicating with my teammates to see what they're doing, and the second I know they're starting to take downstairs, I go ahead and start to flank the vents. And I caught that guy going the far vent, and right now I could hear the guys going up and down the ladder really fast. So I was just kind of waiting to see if I could shoot him in the top of the head, but once I knew he wasn't coming back up, I just kind of waited and then took my time, and then I came down the vent. I saw the guy's gun sticking out, and I told them to come back to upper. So right here we have control upper, and I knew the guys right above the ladder, and I was just basically trying to kill as much time as possible before I actually did have to shoot him. So I think what you're going to see for the rest of the match is Lunatic never really gets to play aggressive, because we basically established early on that we're going to nade that part of the ramp. We're going to have that corner before they can push in and play aggressive. It kept them pushed back on their heels. It kept them from being able to do what their game plan was to push in on us, play aggressive. And that's something about nades that you really need to try and do, is you shouldn't be using your grenades to kill people. You should be using them to control space. You should be using them to keep the team pushed back. You should be using them to damaging your enemies. You can go and kill someone with 50 health instead of someone with 100. And this is the round where we get flanked from upper, and going on to Sal's point of view, something that's really smart by him here. He has really low health, and what he's doing is he's using the box on the back of ramp as cover. Knowing that the guys from Lunatic Eye only have USPs, it's a great way to use the boxes to your advantage. This is just an awesome shot by Sal with 3 health to really win us the round and secure that round victory. So now we're getting back into another gun round, and I think we just wanted to right here really just have complete control and take control. So we took upper. We actually lose 3 this round, and actually what I did there was I tried to get a position in the ramp, because I knew that the guy was going to be spamming, and I waited for him to spam and basically just waited for an opportune moment to step out and kill him as he's reloading and shifting positions, which is what I did. Right now I'm right in front of the vent, right next to the hut, and I'm just basically holding with Shag to try and get position of that upper bomb site. I grab the bomb and immediately take off down the vent. Reason being was because I knew that there was a guy outside, I knew there was a guy above the ladder, and I had to get the bomb down. Originally what I wanted to do here was open up the door and then go up into the ramp, but it kind of got messed up because Bebe came down the vent. I had to turn and kill him, and then immediately what happened there is you have to shift position. And really the name of the game in a 1 versus 1, especially with the bomb down in the position it is in, and especially with where I am, is just killing time. Because you're basically, the clock is working for you. The more time he takes finding you, the more time it takes to ultimately figure out where I am. I mean, really, they're going to lose their chance to defuse the bomb, which is what happened there. I just killed the time and just stepped out and killed him as he was defusing. We're right back on an eco again, and right there you just saw us do what we did, which was double nading that box and ramp, holding our position, establishing that we were not going to let them push on us, and we're going right back into a delay upper strat. So what you'll see here is we're spamming up close, trying to cover as much ground as possible, because we know that our flash is not going to hit everything. So I get ready to open up the noisy door with my smoke and double flash to the bomb box. And as you can see right there, it didn't go exactly as planned as we got flashed, but I still have to take the site, and I ultimately got killed from behind by a member of Lunatic High who was in the garage. We actually go on to lose this round, and I'm not going to say that it was because our flashes didn't go off as well as they did, but that's certainly a contributing factor, and that's something that why I've always stressed perfection with flashes and nades. This was really the most important round of the half here, because a couple of different things could have happened. Lunatic High had some momentum. They'd won 2 rounds in a row, and they could have really swung this to a 9-6. We did I believe this was a fake ramp rush until we delayed upper, which is exactly what happened here. And what you saw was Ron Rambo faked ramp, and we just delayed out into the hut, and Mikey managed to get a pick, which was amazing. It just goes to show that faking one way and going another way quickly thereafter can make a huge difference in terms of your ability to take bomb sites, because you catch people shifting out of position. And the point of faking that ramp like that is to pull the guy that we knew is always going to be above the ladder, down the ladder to the ramp to back them up, because if they think we're rushing ramp, which we had done, we did that on 4th round, then they'll be more likely to rotate. So then we can just walk out the hut. We can just walk into upper and have that control. And then that chalks up one more round win for us. Alright, here's our rush upper strat, and what you can see here is we're taking the site. I just got dinged through the wall by a guy outside, so I know there's a guy right outside, so I'm basically, while we're taking the site, I'm just trying to keep an eye on it. Nading above the ladder and then immediately trying to get on the flank, but someone else already had it. Right now I'm just trying to delay them outside as much as possible because I know they're going to be retaking the site. And right now I'm in a tough spot because if I remember correctly I had about 38, 39 health. I'm trying to watch an angle where I can delay as much as possible, but at the same time I don't want to completely back up. So I'm trying to keep an eye on those guys coming from outside, trying to get a good angle, fight a bit, but right there I get taken out by Bebe through the wall. Really in that situation, I'm not sure there's anything else that I could really do. If I would have played any more defensive, I wouldn't have had a real good angle to fight, and sometimes you just got to post up and fight. But fortunately for us, we managed to get all three of the guys from Lunatic High down fairly low, and Sal Volcano was able to step out and pull off some amazing clutch play there and win us the round. Lunatic's on an eco round, we're getting set up, and you're going to notice again, we're setting up in the same spots. I'm just going to help keep ramp push back with a nade, and then get back immediately into my spot to watch the hut. And I'm really, right now, I'm watching for a window drop. I'm waiting for someone to drop into the window from the top of the noisy door and keep an eye on the hut. And if you hold an angle like this, what you have to make sure is you have to make sure one of your teammates isn't in the open where he can get shot from somebody looking towards the people walking in from outside. So that really comes down to your positioning has to really coincide with your teammates' positioning and where they're watching, where they're at. So right now we're just delaying into upper, we're taking upper, and we're going to get the bomb down. I think right now our strat was to do a fast 3-2 split outside. My job here is to flash over the box and take the inside and clear the bomb box and really take control of the site, which is what we did. Just really overwhelm them. Instead of overwhelming them straight from the noisy door in the hut, hit them from the hut noisy door, but really put the pressure on from outside. Here I just got up on top of the hut, and my job is to keep an eye on the top of the ladder. When you watch this position, you have to be very careful because what could ultimately happen is if someone comes in from outside, you can get shot on the top of the hut. So you want to get as far as you can on that corner and crouch down so you're not as easy of a target, you're not just sitting out there. So round 13 here, we have a pretty commanding lead, and I think right now my thought is really need to finish out this half strong. Again, right there, back to our original game plan, sticking with it, keeping them backed up and ramp. Basically, we just have complete control of the ramp hall, we have control of the middle because we're just not letting them push on us. We established early on that they were not going to push up, and we just kept doing that. If we double nade the box, they cannot take that hall. So right now we're going into our delay upper strat again. I'm spamming the side of the noisy door, basically just waiting for a push. And we had Ron just kind of clear out the ramp there just to see what was happening if they had bought, which they did, and then we immediately took upper with nades thereafter. Again, same exact nades that we did the entire time. There you see me, I fell back into the middle to watch the flank, and I had absolutely no idea that Bebe had dropped into the hut. Again, another 1-on-2 situation for Sal, who played absolutely amazing for us this half. He's basically just working around the bomb right now, if you see, and he knows where the guy is, and right now he's trying to get a better angle. He wants the best angle possible to fight, and that's what he's getting, and that's why he wins this round. Not only does he have amazing aim, but when you're taking an angle like that, you have a huge jump because as the guy from outside comes in, he has to scan more of an area than you do. Last round of the half, and pretty much we have Lunatic dominated. They don't know what to do. The mistake they made really this half was they never mixed up their strategy. They kept the same strategy that we had been perfectly countering, and we go into our strat where myself and someone else spams above the ladder to keep ladder guy pushed back. I'm working into my spot and ramp. I catch Loki getting done spamming out his full clip. That's another great tip. If you ever spam a wall, never spam out your full clip. Spam 20 bullets, keep 10, because you never know when someone's going to pop out, and you never want to get caught with your pants down after just spamming a full clip reloading. You saw 2 different rounds during that half, and I managed to do that to Loki, and he never learned his lesson, so don't let that happen to you. Looking back on this match, I would say that the theme really is going in with your game plan and really sticking to it. And that's what we did. We knew what we had to do to take control, which was lock down the end of the ramp room on the CT side with nades and spam and keep them from taking control of that. And then mixing up our game with enough of fast strats and enough slow strats to keep them on their heels. We hit upper straight up, so we wanted to keep Lunatic High outside. We wanted to keep taking upper, and we kept pushing it on them. And then when they would try and adjust by playing heavy upper, then we would run the fast 3-2 split and then completely collapse on them. So basically you want to adjust your strats, you want to pay attention to the defense that they're running, as well as make smart calls along the way. And don't deviate too much from your game plan unless it's just blatantly not working. Thanks for watching the demo. I hope you learned something, and until next time, this is Dave Moto Geffon, and I'm out. Take it easy.